Dewalt versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee versus Dewalt. This has been one of the most heavily debated topics in all of mankind. But don't worry, my friends, because today we are going to add one more piece to that puzzle. This was a heavily requested video from a lot of the subscribers. They wanted to see the Milwaukee right angle attachment versus the Dewalt right angle attachment. I did a full video review of the Milwaukee. I'll put a card right up here if you want to see that. And this is the first time I've actually used the Dewalt. I went out and purchased this about a week ago. However, I will tell you that they really seem to like each other. That was stupid. And not only will I be doing the comparison, we have a very special guest coming to the video today. He knows what he's talking about. We don't get along very well, but I think he's going to be able to add a lot of insight when it comes to the Milwaukee and Dewalt debate. But before we get started testing these things, let's hear what he has to say. Listen, man, I am really happy that you were able to stop by. I know we've had some issues in the past, but you had... Oh, hold on. Could you just stop talking? You know, I got some information on these that I think is really going to help out your subscriber base. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm happy that you're willing to get into this. I can't wait to hear what you... Now, between the Milwaukee and the Dewalt, I have to say the Dewalt makes me hate your face a little less. But the Milwaukee, it makes me hate your face a lot more. I really don't know which one is the win. So did that help?
Help me. He's crazy.
So I say, let's get this tool duel going.
All right, so the Dewalt is 1997, states it has 5 times the life of use. All right, well, the Milwaukee states that they are 30 times the life, and, well, they're a little bit more expensive at $24.97. Now, for today's video, I will be using a rigid impact and drill, and not a Milwaukee or Dewalt, so somebody doesn't call me biased.
All right, so one of the first things I do want to point out is the size. The Dewalt is definitely smaller than the Milwaukee. And I'm not saying the Milwaukee is huge, but there is definitely a size difference when it comes between the two. That's definitely going to play a role when you were trying to fit this into a tighter area. The other thing that I really like about the Dewalt is, even though these are both magnetic, the magnet is on the inside of the Milwaukee, which holds a bit, but the Dewalt has the magnet ring on the outside. Not only that, it has a magnet on the inside as well. So you got double the holding power. Don't get me wrong, they both do a fantastic job. It just seems like the magnet is a little bit stronger on the Dewalt, so I'm gonna give that the point. What about grip? Now that's gonna be a big issue for a lot of people. If you wanna hold on to this thing, well, I'm giving it to the Milwaukee.
And why do I give it to the Milwaukee? Well, number one is I have larger hands. Well, this is larger and it feels better in my hands. The other thing is I really like that ripple design on the front and the texture on the back. If you got oil on your hands, water on your hands, it just allows you to hold on a little bit better. But that's not to say that the Dewalt doesn't have some half decent grip as well. You got it up there on the handle, it's etched in the metal. There's just nothing on the plastic and it gets pretty slippery if you have solution on your hand.
All right, enough with the blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the using and abusing. And to keep things fair, we're not gonna use a Milwaukee impact driver drill, and we're not gonna use a Dewalt, we're going to use a rigid. All right, so the first thing we're doing, we're driving a screw with no pilot hole down into a piece of 2x4. Now this is not a big deal, we're going to use a drill. I just wanna show you that you can do it. Oh yeah. Now, even though drilling might be important to you, it is not that important to me. I want to know, can it handle that sweet, sweet impact motion? That's right, we got the treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. First up, the Milwaukee IA. Take that bad boy out. That's real nice like. Yeah, that's right. Right now we have a 1/2 inch lag screw going down into this treated 6x6.
With no pilot holes.
This is the one I'm excited about. Let's see what this thing can or cannot do. Dewalt is first. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby. Here's the thing, the rigid octane impact driver, it's just not that strong. Never really liked it. So to keep it unbiased, I was gonna go with the Milwaukee Gen 3 impact, but I'm sure I'll probably hear somebody say, it's a biased review. So we'll just stick with the Makita. I just hope that Makita gnome doesn't rear his ugly face. Let's finish my crooked drive. Well, that's about it. Let's pour out. Yeah. All right, let's pour out. So it doesn't really matter if you go with the Milwaukee or the Dewalt. Anytime you put an attachment on, you're going to lose power. Let's do it without one of the attachments on. Now that would have kept going and going, but either or, the Milwaukee Dewalt, you're going to lose a little bit of power. But that said, I don't think anybody is trying to drive any half-inch impact lags into an untreated 6x6 without any pilot holes. That was for a test purpose, and I just wanted to see if any of them were going to explode. All right, so here are my thoughts. Whether you go with the Milwaukee or the Dewalt, you're going to be happy with either one. Let's face it, they are what they are. They're tools that allow you to get into tighter areas. If you're doing body work, you're under the fender well, trying to remove a couple screws, these are going to work out for you. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with the Dewalt because I like that it is just all around a little smaller. It's thinner, it's easier to get into those really tight areas, but the Milwaukee does just fine as well. I do like the grip on the Milwaukee, but the Dewalt also has somewhat of a grip, and I like that metal casing up on top. The Dewalt is also cheaper than the Milwaukee, so that might play a role. I'll leave a link in the description for both of these for you to check out anyway. You can beat the crap out of both of these, and I don't think you have to worry about them breaking on you. They're both built very well, but it's not apples to oranges, it's apples to apples. I also really like that you have the magnet on the inside and the outside ring on the Dewalt, where the Milwaukee is just on the inside of the tool. But there you have it. Again, I would go with the Dewalt just because a little bit cheaper. I like that metal casing and it's a little bit smaller, but the Milwaukee, I've been using this and I have never had any issues with it. I just bought this because the subscriber base asked me to do a tool duel. That said, let me know in the comment section below, which one do you like better? Do you like the Dewalt? Do you like the Milwaukee, and why? Why would you pick one over the other? I always find it really interesting what other people think, so leave me that comment. If you like this video, or if it helped you in any sort of way, please don't forget to smash that like button. Greatly appreciate it. I always appreciate you stopping by. And with that, we'll be back with more videos soon.